All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking something that literally happens every single day in the tech world, but almost never gets the spotlight it deserves. We are going to transform a frantic, everyday support ticket into a textbook example of what I like to call an app rescue mission. We'll see exactly how a potentially disastrous user experience is flipped into this massive moment of empowerment just by using structure, clear communication, and honestly, a whole lot of empathy. Let's get into it.
Here's our agenda for today. First, we'll look at the app rescue mission. Second, a tangled cat care web. Third, the three-part solution. Fourth, the lifeguard follow-up. And finally, why tech empathy matters.
Section 1. The App Rescue Mission. Setting the stage with Drytis Studio support.
So in this Drytis Studio roleplay, our non-technical hero, Stacy, connects with her guide, Varun. We're looking at a classic app rescue. What is that? Well, it's a critical intervention to untangle messy software architecture while simultaneously restoring a user's confidence. This isn't just about fixing broken code or, debugging a server. No, this is an absolute emergency intervention to save a non-technical founder who is stuck, totally overwhelmed, and right on the edge of just giving up on her vision entirely.
Moving on to Section 2, a tangled cat care web. Stacy hits a wall. Okay, so Stacy starts out her support call in a state of sheer panic. She's trying to build this cat care management app for when she travels, so caregivers can log meals and check-ins. But she tells Varun, I think I kind of messed this up. The screens are all over the place, and I honestly don't know what I'm doing anymore. The caregiver meal tracking screens for her 4 cats are completely disorganized. And hey, if you've got cats, you know that if dinner is late, absolute chaos ensues, right? She's totally lost in her own creation. Now you've got to pay close attention to how Varun responds here. He says, no worries at all, and honestly, your idea actually makes a lot of sense. I think the main issue is that the app structure got a little mixed together. Notice that exceptionally calm professional tone? Before he even touches the technical mess, he immediately validates her idea. He completely normalizes her struggle by telling her, hey, getting structure mixed together is super normal when you're building for the first time. This brilliantly illustrates the massive shift Varun needs to pull off. He has to take Stacy's current reality of chaotic, mixed-up screens and somehow build an intuitive, clean workflow, all without making her feel incompetent in the process. It's a tricky balance for sure.
That brings us to Section 3, the three-part solution, simplifying the app.
To fix this incredibly tangled structure, Varun doesn't just work silently behind the scenes. He actually explains the architecture to her. He proposes this really clean 3-part setup to immediately simplify the app. Step 1, cat profiles. Step 2, daily feeding logs. Step 3, caregiver check-ins. By breaking the app down into these 3 dedicated sections, he instantly relieves Stacy's anxiety. In fact, she immediately responds that it sounds way simpler than what she originally built.
But here's the best part. Varun doesn't stop at just fixing the immediate problem. He proactively suggests future features. He mentions adding favorite food preferences, meal confirmation photos, and medicine reminders for later down the road. Stacy absolutely loves the photo idea. By doing this, Varun proves he truly understands her long-term goals for the app. He's not just a mechanic fixing a flat tire, He's acting like a co-pilot, helping her plan the entire road trip.
And this entire interaction operates on a highly efficient timeline that perfectly demonstrates exactly what good support looks like. At minute 0, we have Stacy's initial distress call. Varun then sets a super clear boundary and expectation. He tells her the rapid restructuring will take him approximately 35 to 45 minutes. Then, he asks for the best time to follow up, which Stacy notes is after 3 p.m. Eastern. He sets clear expectations for exactly when the app rescue will be complete, giving the user incredible peace of mind.
All right, Section 4, the lifeguard follow-up, delivering results.
So fast-forwarding to that afternoon check-in, Varun calls Stacy back and confirms, I went through the entire setup carefully and cleaned up the workflow. Everything feels much more organized now. He explicitly tells her that the screen navigation is fixed. This is absolutely vital because it means the caregivers won't get lost moving smoothly between the pages anymore. He also mentions he went ahead and added placeholders for those future features they discussed, making it so much easier for her to build on top of later.
And why is this specific structural fix so crucial? Well, because of the number 4. Stacy has 4 cats, and as she's told Varun earlier, one of them barely eats unless the food is prepared in a very specific way.
Varun makes sure to emphasize during his follow-up that he specifically built the system so the diverse feeding habits of all 4 cats stay clearly separated. Caregivers can now track them individually without any confusion.
Then, we get this genuinely beautiful moment. Varun tells Stacy, "You can tell this app is coming from a place of love, and honestly, those are usually the projects that turn out the best." He directly validates the emotional heart behind Stacy's project. This isn't just about software anymore, right? It's about Stacy caring for her pets. By recognizing this, Varun completely cements her trust in the Drytis team. She goes from totally panicked at the start of the day to feeling completely supported and understood.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 5, Why Tech Empathy Matters, the lifeguard approach. Zooming out from the role play for a second, we really have to ask ourselves, why was this specific interaction a gold standard for non-technical users? I mean, it's easy to just shrug and say, well, he fixed her app, but let's rigorously analyze exactly how this interaction successfully bridged that massive gap between technical complexity and user-friendly design.
It really comes down to 5 key elements. First, Varun validated the user's core idea immediately. He told her the idea made perfect sense before even mentioning the messy structure. Second, he didn't just quietly fix it, he provided a clear, understandable 3-step structural fix. Third, he set and meant a rapid, precise execution timeline of 35 to 45 minutes. Fourth, he suggested proactive, relevant features like those photo confirmations. And finally, he demonstrated genuine human empathy by recognizing the love behind the app. These 5 elements literally transform an overwhelming technical barrier into an empowering experience. It's the kind of support that keeps non-technical founders building rather than throwing in the towel.
So, I want to leave you with this final thought. If your software breaks today, is there a lifeguard waiting to save you? Consider the true value of empathetic, structured technical support in your own projects. Whether you are building an app for your 4 cats or a massive enterprise platform, the principles of clear structure, active listening, and genuine empathy are what truly rescue a project from the brink of failure. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and keep building with empathy.